Imagine you have a bank account that credits you $86,400 every single morning. But there's a catch. It carries over no balance from day to day. Every evening, whatever you failed to use is deleted, gone, forever. What would you do? You would draw out every single cent, wouldn't you? We all have that bank. Its name is time. And this is the story of a boy named William, who almost went bankrupt before he realized he was rich. William was a boy who lived as if he had an infinite supply of tomorrows. He wasn't bad. He was just drifting. He spent his mornings sleeping until noon, his afternoons skipping stones across the river, and his evenings talking about dreams he never started building. His father, a quiet, hard-working man, watched him with a heavy heart. He never yelled, he never lectured, but the silence in the house grew louder every day. He knew that words are easily forgotten, but an experience is etched in the soul. One evening, as the orange glow of sunset filled their small home, the father called out, his voice raspy with age. "William, come here." William shuffled in, expecting a chore. His father pointed to a dusty corner of his desk. "Do you see that old hourglass? Bring it to me." William picked it up. It was heavy, made of tarnished brass and scratched glass. He wiped the dust off and handed it over. His father held it reverently, watching the sand slip through the narrow neck. "Tomorrow morning," the father said, looking William in the eye, "I want you to sell this at the market. But do not accept the money. Just come back and tell me what they offered." The first lesson, the vessel. William went to the market the next day. It was loud, smelling of spices and sweat. He held up the old hourglass. "How much for this?" he asked a merchant. The merchant scoffed. "The glass is scratched. The brass is old. I'll give you $5. He went to a pawn shop. "Maybe $10, the broker shrugged. "It's an antique, but it's useless." William returned home disappointed. "Father, they say it's junk. The highest offer was $10. His father smiled, a knowing glint in his eye. "Keep it safe. Tomorrow, you go back. But this time, do not ask for the price of the hourglass." "Then what do I ask?" William frowned. "Ask them, how much will you pay for the time inside it?" William thought his father was losing his mind. Who buys time? But out of respect, he went. He stood in the bustling square and asked a wealthy merchant, "Sir, how much for the time inside this glass?" The merchant laughed, loudly. "Kid, have you lost your mind? Sell the glass, keep the sand." He asked a busy vegetable seller. She waved him away. "Move along. I don't have time for your jokes." People stared. Some pointed. Some whispered that the boy had gone mad. William felt small. He felt foolish. Defeated, he began the long walk home. But at the edge of the market, he saw a tiny, quiet shop, ticking with the sound of 100 clocks. The old watchmaker's shop. William walked in, the bell chiming softly. The old man looked up from a tiny gear he was fixing. "Sir," he whispered,
My father asked me to find the value of the time inside this hourglass. He expected laughter. Instead, the old man froze. He removed his magnifying glass and slowly stood up. He placed his wrinkled hands over William's and looked at the falling sand. "The time inside," he whispered. His eyes shimmered with emotion. "My boy, if I could buy the time inside that glass, I would give you my shop, my home, and every dollar I have." William was stunned. "Why? It's just sand." He looked at him with deep, sorrowful intensity. "Because in the time it takes for that sand to fall, I could have told my late wife I loved her one last time. I could have held my grandson before he moved away. The glass is cheap, son, but the moments inside, they are priceless. Once they pass, no amount of money can bring them back." The walk home felt different. He didn't kick stones. He didn't whistle. He watched the sun dipping below the horizon and realized that that specific sunset will never happen again. He ran home and burst into his father's room. He didn't say a word about the prices. He just hugged his father tightly. "I understand," he whispered. "The glass is just a container. The value is in what slips away." His father hugged him back, relief washing over him. "Time never stops, my son. It never waits, and it never returns." From that day on, William didn't become a robot. He still laughed. He still played. But he stopped killing time. He started investing it in books, in work, and in the people he loved. He realized that while he couldn't stop the sand from falling, he could choose what he built while it fell. Look at the device you are holding right now. You can buy a new phone if this one breaks. You can earn back the money you spent on data. But the minutes you spent watching this, they are gone forever. There is a painful truth about life. We don't know the value of a moment until it becomes a memory. Rich or poor, we all get the same 24 hours. The difference between a life of regret and a life of success is not luck. It's how you spend the currency of time. Don't let your hourglass run empty while you are busy doing nothing. Use your time before time finishes you.